Hello everyone, my name is Griffin Darby, and welcome to Let's Learn with Bruce and Friends. I'm filling in for Corey Ryan, who didn't want to be seen on camera this week because he couldn't get his long hair under control. So he asked if I could kick things off this week. Plus, Corey thought he could score brownie points by letting a cute kid run the show. Little does Corey know that I'm actually auditioning for Dr. Gary to take this whole show over and have Corey work for me. So keep that between us and put in a good word for me. We'll have a Q&A with Dr. Gary at the end. So feel free to send us your questions and we'll try to get to all of them. So look, this is an exciting and important week. Why? Because it's Teacher Appreciation Week. And Leander ISD has the best teachers on the planet. I want to start things off by giving all the teachers at C.C. Mason Elementary a big shout out, especially my teachers, Miss Scott and Miss Harvey. Even though we aren't in school right now, I know all the teachers out there have new things to learn and do things just like they teach us to do every day. I think people used to believe teaching was easy, but my parents only have 2 kids. They can't even figure out my 4th grade math. Imagine if they had 20 of me to teach. I think 20 of me would be great. But my parents can't wait for me to be back in school with teachers who know what they're doing. Me too. Our teachers are still working hard to support us, to connect with us, and teach us. So thank you, teachers. We miss and appreciate you, and we can't wait to high-five you and hug you again. We hope you have a great week and feel real appreciated. Now it's time for me to introduce the big man on campus, the head cheese, our fearless leader, the man with the sweet line dancing move and bagpipe skills. Over to you, Dr. Garing.
Wow, Mr. Ryan, you better watch out because I think Mr. Darby is after your job. Hello, Leander ISD, and welcome to Let's Learn with Bruce and Friends. We're so excited that you're with us for another fantastic episode of learning about what's happening in our COVID response and in general what's happening in Leander ISD. And so I want to echo Mr. Darby's words there about our teachers. They are our most precious resource next to our children, and we appreciate them so much. We're so grateful for the work that they're doing in this challenging time, and we can't wait though until we can get back in person so that they can hug on their kids and build those relationships the way that we know they're great at. Not only teachers this week, but also appreciating nurses this week, and specifically today on School Nurse Appreciation Day. We had a great show out at Vista Ridge High School this morning, a drive-through appreciation for our nurses in the district. I want to give a great big shout out to Kristen and her team, and all of the nurses in the district, over 50 of them, for the incredible work that they do in looking after our faculty and our students. Thank you so much. We want to just remind you that up until now, we've had a pretty tight shutdown of our facilities. We are loosening that a little bit on our outdoor facilities as we go forward. So we will be opening our middle school tracks and our tennis courts in the next couple of days to allow our folks to share some of that. I urge you, however, to continue to practice social distancing and make sure that you're staying safe. Even if you're outdoors, we encourage you, if you get near to somebody, to have a mask, to have gloves, to make sure that you stay safe and stay well. That's still really the most important thing to us. Our playscapes, however, at the elementary schools will remain closed and taped off, and we urge you not to use those at all, if at all possible. Of course, we had a great and exciting announcement about our graduation ceremonies that will be happening now, July 9th through 11th at the HEB Center. We hope those will be in person, but of course, a lot can change between now and then. And so we urge you to keep up with us and watch for updates on graduation ceremony. Our seniors for 2020, we're so proud of you and the incredible work that you've done to get to this point in your lives. We can't wait to celebrate, hopefully with you in person, this great milestone of moving to the next chapter of your lives. We're excited also to thank our Board of Trustees and the incredible work that they're doing. You have a special message coming from them a little later in the show. We're excited to hear that. And a very big shout out right now to Corey Ryan, to Christina Hardy, and to Garrett for putting this show together. They do incredible work. And with that, I'm going to throw it back to you, Corey.
If I thought you were coming after my show, I would have never invited you to be our guest introduction. Thank you, Dr. Gearing. We're so excited for our 7th episode of Let's Learn, live here from everyone's homes. We hope you're enjoying us either on Facebook or on YouTube. And with that, we have another edition of Hot Topics. So Garrett, cue the Hot Topics. Hello, friends. I'm Corey Ryan, Chief Communications Officer at Leander ISD. Welcome back to another edition of Hot Topics from Leander ISD. I'm a friend of Bruce's. We have other friends of Bruce's here to share and learn some details about things that are going on that we know are in the hearts and minds of our families. First, let's start with our interim Chief Technology Officer, Dr. Laura Lynn Arterbury, sharing some details about devices and our plans to increase accessibility for technology for our students.
So we are excited to allow students to keep the devices over the summer. We know that remote learning has been a little different, and we want to make sure that students are able to continue this learning on their own through the summer. And so we know that by giving them the devices and not collecting them, that will help with that process.
So both secondary students and elementary students will be able to keep their devices all summer long until the next school year. Once the school year begins on campus, we will be collecting the devices that need to be collected. But at this time, they will just be keeping their devices until the next school year begins. MLISD and secondary students can re-participate now if they choose to, but we will not be recovering those devices until next school year. So they have from now until the beginning of school year to re-participate in the MLISD program.
So I think our goal is just to make sure as many students as possible have access. And so by allowing students to keep the devices over the summer, we hope that this will help out families during this time.
Our next hot topic comes from Assistant Superintendent John Graham, talking about our plans for graduation, which we announced last week.
We're moving graduation to July 9th through the 11th at the HEB Center. We feel like this gives our graduates the best shot at a normal ceremony while still providing us flexibility to maintain a safe and healthy environment. The graduation ceremony will follow one of 3 scenarios. Scenario 1, traditional graduation. Scenario 2, limited seating with full ceremony. This may cause us to have to provide tickets to only allow so many people in from each family, but it still allows us a full ceremony. Scenario 3, in-person experience for our seniors with full virtual experience for everyone else. It is important to note in scenario 3, parents will be allowed into the center to see their graduates walk across the stage. We will communicate our plan and what scenario we will use no later than June 19th. It is important for us to provide the best experience for our seniors. We know that they have lost a lot over the last few weeks, and so this provides us the best flexibility and opportunity to provide a full graduation experience.
We have another hot topic from Assistant Superintendent John Graham, talking now about the way that students will be able to retrieve personal items from our school buildings and return items to school for next school year.
In the next few weeks, our principals will communicate with our students the process that they have developed at their campus. The process will include an opportunity for our students to provide feedback on what items they have at our campuses and where those items are located. Once the principals have that information, our campus staff will bag up those items, place them in a labeled bag, and then our principals will communicate what time, date, and location that the students may come up to the campus to pick up those bags. Students will not be allowed inside our buildings at any point. Our staff will retrieve those items and bag them up. Students will be allowed to come up to campus, but they must stay in their vehicle. And when they arrive on campus, our staff will carry out the bag to the student and place it in the vehicle. We are doing this to maintain a safe and healthy environment for our students and for our staff. So Please be looking for communication from your principal in the next couple of weeks to be able to retrieve your items.
Our next hot topic comes from our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Matt Benz, talking about assessments and spring plans.
So the Texas Education Agency has canceled the standardized testing that usually occurs during the spring. What does that mean? That means the end of course assessments, or the EOCs at the high school level, have been canceled, as well as the STAR tests for all students that usually occur in the spring months. International Baccalaureate has canceled their exams as well, but College Board has moved forward with advanced placement testing online. As far as within Leander ISD, our teachers are focused on assessing student mastery of concepts and skills through the activities and the work that they submit. So there will be no final exams in our Leander ISD courses. But important to note, if a student is taking a dual credit course or any other course through a college, that their teachers at the college level will have discretion with any type of testing that they might or may not want to do at the end of the year. Thank you.
Our final hot topic comes from Assistant Superintendent of Pathways and Innovation, Krista Carleen, here to talk about AP testing.
AP exams begin on Monday, May 11th with the Physics C Mechanics test. We want to wish you all the best on the exams, as we know you worked hard to prepare for this moment. The exams will be online and taken at home. If you have not already done so, please go to the AP Central website, and under AP Coronavirus Updates, you will find 2 items that will help you prepare for exam day. One is an interactive demo that we highly encourage you to take, and the other is the exam day checklist. We want to use the same integrity with online testing that we would at a testing site, and you can find information regarding the security of the testing at AP Central website. Leander ISD update number 25 will be released this Friday, and we'll have information regarding AP testing and links for further information, so please look for that update. Again, we are so proud of all the work you've done to get to this point, and we wish you all the best on your exams.
Thank you. Thank you to all of our amazing Bruce's Friends experts in Leander ISD for your hot topic responses. Please, we're still taking questions. Please submit them in the Facebook Live Q&A, and we'll have our Q&A at the end of the show. I want to introduce our next segment, which features kinder teacher from Knowles Elementary School, Gabby Ornelas, talking to our very own Christina Hardy, who's also a kinder parent at Knowles Elementary School. They're going to talk about dual language and all of the challenges that we're all facing and feeling right now as we continue our remote learning. Want to give a special shout out again just to all of our teachers. If you have a teacher in your life, and if you're watching this, you probably do, please make sure that you give a sincere thank you, as we appreciate all of our teachers this week. And with that, Garrett, roll the clip.
Hello. Good to see you. Hugs from far away.
Hugs from far away. We want to make sure everybody knows we're socially distancing, doing this about 6 feet apart. Gabby Ornelas teaches in the dual language program at Knowles Elementary. She teaches kindergarten there. How long have you been there at Knowles?
This is my 6th year at Knowles, but I've been teaching for 9.
It's just so sweet of you. Last Friday, you did something very sweet for our kinder kids. Tell us a little bit about your little drive-by dance party.
Yeah, I did a drive-by visit where I visited all my kinder kiddos. Usually virtually. I do a dance party on Zoom, but I noticed that there were kids that were lacking motivation and some weren't showing up, so I knew that I just wanted to kind of do a visit, obviously following regulations. I stayed in my truck, drove by, and we did a little dance party out in the lawn, so it was a lot of fun to visit my kiddos, and hopefully that, gave them a little bit of a boost.
Aww,
yeah.
What did it do for you personally?
Oh my gosh, it honestly filled my heart. It filled me, probably more than my kids, but it was a really, really good experience. Yeah.
So sweet. This has been a really, really challenging time for a lot of families, and I imagine the youngest of our population is really struggling. What have been some of the challenges that you've seen for you and for some of the parents?
Well, I think just that lack of motivation, in school is really hard for the kiddos, and getting their attention and getting them to, you know, keep working just during this last month. So yes, I understand that for kindergarten it's even more difficult. So I think one of the things that I've seen is that, you know, parents are like, my kid doesn't want to work anymore. They don't want to do homework. They don't want to do the things that they do for you. So I know that we've gone back and kind of simplified some things. You know, we've asked for, you know, some changes throughout our lesson plans. We've gone on to Zoom to see, you know, whatever the kids are sharing, that's what we're taking in. So we're trying to connect and stay connected with the families. So
that's the number one priority to overcome the challenges. Is that connection piece of it?
Oh yes, definitely. I think that right now that's one of the biggest components, is just staying connected in any way, shape, or form. You know, I've FaceTimed with some of my kiddos too that I've noticed that didn't want to do some of the homework, or they just were just tired, you know.
So yeah, we are ending at a period now where it is kind of the end of the school year, on top of what has been a very stressful time for families. And you know, what do you say to parents that, you know, their kids are shutting down? How do we overcome this in the next few weeks to come?
I think that trying to keep everything light, trying to keep everything as a game, you know, especially for the little ones. Just, you know, if they need to change anything that they feel that they need to make things a little bit more engaging, because they know their kids best. We're working with them. We're like all for it, you know.
Okay. But the other part of this, for me personally, is the dual language component. So Knowles is a two-way program. My daughter Cora is learning Spanish, and she is at a point now where I can't even speak to her in Spanish. She'll just be like, English, Mom. So what do we do in homes where they're still learning the Spanish, or learning the English for that matter?
Yeah, well, I know that, you know, just either jumping on Zoom with me, that can be something. I know some of the families, they've just been playing cartoons in Spanish. So even just that aspect, I think we're at a point that anything goes, you know, and we're willing to just continue to work with families in whatever shape or way or form.
Like if we're noticing that they were at a certain expectation early in the season or earlier in the year, and we're noticing they're not quite doing what they were capable of doing.
Oh,
yeah. So
yeah. No. Okay? Yeah, we're completely flexible, because I know that right now. The district, yes, is giving us that kind of acceptance of yeah, the kids kind of, they didn't necessarily stop learning. You know, we're still trying to integrate some of the learning now, but I know for a fact that in the future we're going to be building more upon where they kind of left off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some grace when they start school.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So it's Teacher Appreciation Week. How have parents been able to communicate how much they appreciate you?
Well, I've gotten some emails, and I know some gift cards here and there. So honestly, you know, the families and the students, and just throughout the whole school year, it's not just through this week, you know, are constantly just thankful, and on it, that fills us all the time, you know, what we do for kids and families.
So we wanted to show our appreciation to you, Cora. We wanted to let you know.
Oh my goodness.
That there is something, you are very gifted at what you do, and what you just embody the patience that it takes to nurture a child. You've been very encouraging and so supportive. So thank you so much, and we hope that this is just the beginning of just a really strong and wonderful relationship in the future.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Gabby and to all of our teachers, and thank you to Cora and Christina. We're definitely have all of us have you in our thoughts and in our minds as we continue May and our remote learning right now. We're in Q&A. We have 2 questions in the pipeline as we continue to rock and roll in this issue of Let's Learn. If you have another question, please feel free to submit it. We'll take as many as we can right now, and we'll knock these 2 off real easy. The first one is about Bruce, and I'll let you answer this one because I don't have the answer to it, because I don't even know if anybody has the answer to it. Outdoor learning or outdoor time and space and recreation. I know you mentioned at the top of the show, and we'll have more information in Update 25 on Friday about allowing people to start to access fields and some of the normal outdoor spaces minus playscapes, where people can go in and use them for recreation, the outdoor parts of our facilities. But the question is regarding the other outdoor facilities, playscapes and gardens and things like that. Bruce, when do you anticipate, or what would you tell parents who are community members who want to have access to our playscapes in the other parts of our outdoor spaces in our schools?
Yeah, thanks, Corey. You know, the landscape is changing incredibly quickly, and so every day we learn new information that we didn't have yesterday, and so we're taking it day by day, and as we can, we will open up those spaces as soon as it's safe. But we have to ensure the safety of our faculty, we have to ensure the safety of our kids and our families, and so for right now, we're opening up middle school tracks, we're opening up tennis courts, and then we'll open up the open spaces at our elementary schools, but not the playscapes themselves. We still understand that those are a hazard. We urge everybody to continue to follow those safe practices to make sure that they stay well. But we encourage you to get outside. It's beautiful outside. I think it's healthy for you to be exercising outside and getting your kids outside and playing in your family unit. And so we do encourage you to do that.
We had another question about IB testing fees. The International Baccalaureate, for those looking for, especially those DP tests, has canceled their tests for the year. We had a question about fees. The IB program still has a website and FAQ with COVID and coronavirus information. At this point on their website, they are saying that they don't have an answer for what they're going to do about reimbursements for fees for those who have paid for those exams already. So please continue to watch support.leanderisd.org and our coronavirus page, which you can also access at leanderisd.org/COVID-19 for answers to those questions. And we'll be sure to share that information out as soon as we have that answer. That's the end of the Q&A. That's all I see. I refuse to answer the question about my facial hair. I'm already growing the beard out. I'm already growing the hair out. Who knows what we're going to look like when we're live and in person. So I'm going to ignore that question, but appreciate all of you watching. We have a special closing message. We've kicked Bruce off the end of the show, even though his name is the show, because we have a special message from our 7 elected bodies, our leaders, our board of trustees. So we want to share that with you today, and then we'll close with a performance, an amazing performance from one of our teachers. How better to celebrate teacher appreciation by showing off our talented teachers here live. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the board message and the performance. You're going to want to stay for the performance at the end of the show. I promise you that.
Good morning, Leander ISD. You know, when Dr. Gehring first took the helm of Leander, he talked about heroic educators. I wasn't really sure what he meant by that until now. With a global pandemic and COVID-19 upending all of our lives, everywhere that we look throughout this district, we see shining examples of heroic educators. From our teachers, who have found new and innovative ways to stay connected to our children, to our food service workers, who put themselves in harm's way each and every day to make sure that our children are fed, to our amazing nurses who not only care for the children of our district, but have answered a call at Williamson County to be part of a larger community response to this pandemic. Everywhere that we look throughout this community, we see heroic educators.
Staff, you are awesome, and I would like to thank you for all the numerous ways you're providing support to our community. Students, I would like to say I admire you. You are persevering. The end of this school year will look different, but I see innovative ways our community is coming together to celebrate monumental moments. My hope is that the district keeps these three things as we move forward toward a new normal. The emphasis on relationships, the importance of being better together as a community, and innovative thinking, where a situation does not define us, but how we respond is truly transformational and leads the way to a brighter future.
Thank you, teachers, admin, and staff for answering the call of remote learning, and we appreciate all that you're doing to make sure every student is staying engaged. Students, we know these are difficult circumstances to understand and get through, but we appreciate you as well staying engaged with your teachers. Seniors, we know you have the hardest time in this process, and we just want to let you know that we love you so much and we're praying for you every day.
This is unlike anything we have ever experienced, and everybody watching has been impacted in some way. Teachers and staff, we know you did not have a lot of time to prepare or train for this transition, but you stepped up to make life as normal as possible for the kids, and we just wanted to thank you. The amount of work that the public doesn't see is truly remarkable, and you all did it while working remotely and social distancing. Students, we are proud of how you transitioned to online learning, and parents, you are truly partners in education. It has been great to see our community come together. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in person.
One of my favorite lines from the musical Hamilton is "The world turned upside down." And that is exactly what it feels like right now, especially to our students and teachers. I want to give a special thank you to our teachers and all district staff. Thank you for working tirelessly for weeks now to ensure that our students have access to technology, to online content, access to caring instructors that can guide our students through this uncharted territory. A big thank you to all of our parents. Thank you for your open and honest feedback about what is working and what's not working. Many of us are juggling our regular work responsibilities and still supporting our students in online learning. This is not an easy task. Some of us might be better at it than others, but we should not expect perfection. What we should expect is support and collaboration from each other. Finally, I'd like to give a huge, monumental, giant thank you to our students. Students, you are amazing. You are creative. You are strong. You are resilient. You are an inspiration. Thank you.
In Leander ISD, we say we are leading to a bright future. While there are lots of questions about today, more than ever, we all need to be thinking ahead, seeing around corners, and working together to ensure learning and development are maximized for every student. As a school board, we're working really hard to consider the unique needs and concerns of every student, every parent, and every employee. The world has changed for a time, and we must also change in many ways in order to effectively lead our community through these challenging days. The light and strength of our example will demonstrate how Leander ISD is in fact leading to a bright future.
We have to believe that one day we're going to get to the new normal, and I do believe that. I believe we'll be together again soon, and how that looks for the next year, we're thinking about it, and we're planning, and we're coming up with all kinds of scenarios. But I do want to say, if we haven't met your need, or if there's something you need from us, please reach out to us, whether it's services in mental health, whether it's tools, technology. We really want to service our students and our families in our district. So thank you, guys. Stay safe. We'll be together soon.
Take care, Leander ISD family. Be safe and well, and I look forward to seeing y'all.
Hey guys, just sitting here on my back porch enjoying this beautiful weather, and kind of feeling a little down about not going back to school for the rest of this school year and missing my kindergartners a whole bunch. So anyway, with all this extra time we have on our hands, I made up a song, and it goes to the tune of Part of That World from Little Mermaid, one of my favorite Disney movies. It goes like this. Sitting at home with hours of time, wouldn't you think that I really don't mind? Wouldn't you think I could do just about anything. Half-finished jobs, chores still to do, Netflix to watch, episodes to get through. Given the time, you would think I'd be productive. I've got scrapbooks and pictures of plenty. I've got closets to clean out galore. Loads of laundry, yeah, I've got 20. But who cares? Miss my kids, I've one out the door. I want to be where my students are. I want to see them learning, reading and writing and working mathematically. Stuck in our homes, we can't get as far as we would if we were in person. Learning online's not the same as being with me. A good morning hug, a book on our rug, and daily on my heartstrings they would tug. Out of quarantine, wish to be seen back at our school. I miss you guys.